Helmets, tanks, Taurus. Why is German support for Ukraine's sovereignty always tied to a specific item? I'm Dr. K, a political scientist who looks at how information is shared. And knowing about politics is important to understand the news. On February 16th, Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz and Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky signed an agreement on security cooperation and long-term support that's going to last 10 years and contribute about €7 billion each year to support Ukraine's independence, sovereignty, and territorial integrity within the 1991 borders. This is a big deal, and while the U.S. is fighting over sending $60 billion, Germany quietly has set up a plan to send $70 billion. But the Taurus, these shark coffins, are long-range precision missiles that Germany has and Ukraine wants, for what many see as for obvious reasons. Despite the fact that Germany is the second largest single supporter of Ukraine, just behind the United States, and they have offered a long-term commitment, Germany's role is being again tied to singular items: helmets, tanks, Taurus. Unfair, but explainable. There are three tenets of German foreign policy: never again, never alone, and politics before force. Back in February 2022, politics before force idea showed its face by Germany's then defense minister, Christina Lambrecht, sending helmets and field hospitals to Ukraine. Never again was seen in Germany's reluctance to send their tanks, the Leopards, up against Russian soldiers, wanting to avoid a World War II rematch. Never alone? That idea is tied to the debate in Germany about whether or not the Taurus missiles should be sent to Ukraine. Many Western nations agree collective action is enhanced legitimacy. Multilateral approaches carry the weight of international consensus, making it more challenging for Russia to dismiss or counteract them effectively. And there's a growing body of evidence showing that the Kremlin has known this for a while and has been working behind the scenes for at least a decade to try to weaken multilateral platforms. Germany does not act alone. And this is important when we're talking about the Taurus system, because it's so German, or mostly German, and it's so effective. If Ukraine gets this system and uses it, everyone's going to know where it came from. And the fear of what kind of repercussions Germany could experience are the reason that decision makers may wait. Well, I know, but Germany's in NATO, and the Kremlin would never risk an Article 5 situation. And until now, NATO allies have very conservatively defined what would be an Article 5 situation. But hybrid warfare is changing the nature of war. Think about 2019, when a murder took place in a Berlin park. It was traced back to the Kremlin, a clear violation of Germany's sovereignty. Hacking, power cuts, capitalizing on the infiltration in political groups in Germany that could destabilize the country. Olaf Scholz and Germany have committed to Ukraine for 10 years, but the government also needs to act in Germany's national interest. Helmets, tanks, Taurus. It's easy to pick an item and simplify things, but there's usually more to it. I'm Dr. K.